WWE superstars aren't just breaking bones, they're breaking into multi-million-dollar businesses. These wrestlers didn't rely on championships or pay-per-view bonuses to build their empire. Nope, they made serious money outside the ring. From Hollywood to hydration drinks, here are 10 WWE stars who got rich without wrestling. And number 1, he was already a millionaire before he ever took a bump. 1. Logan Paul, the YouTube tycoon turned WWE star. Before he ever laced up a pair of wrestling boots, Logan Paul was already a household name and a multi-millionaire. His rise to fame began on Vine and YouTube, where his wild content and controversial antics earned him millions of followers and millions in cash. But Logan didn't stop there. He launched Maverick merch, built a podcast empire with Impulsive, and then made a genius move by co-founding Prime. This hydration drink reportedly hit over $250 million in retail sales within its first year, and then, seemingly out of nowhere, Logan entered the WWE. But make no mistake, he didn't join for the paycheck. Logan brought his audience with him, elevating WWE's reach while boosting his brand even more. From WrestleMania show stealer to United States champion, Logan turned what should have been a gimmick into a marketing masterclass. His WWE career is more of a billboard than a job. Whether it's boxing Floyd Mayweather, selling out arenas, or launching brands, Logan Paul is proof that sometimes wrestling is just a side hustle. 2. Chris Jericho, the rock star who cashed in outside the ring. Chris Jericho didn't just reinvent himself in the ring, he did it in the bank too. While many fans know him for iconic moments in WWE, his biggest moves happened outside the squared circle. Jericho isn't just a wrestler, he's a rock star, literally. His band Fozzy went from a side project to a full-blown global act, headlining tours and generating substantial music revenue. And that's just the beginning. Jericho turned his creativity into cash with multiple best-selling books, a top-ranked podcast, Talk is Jericho, and regular roles on TV shows and films. He even appeared on Dancing with the Stars, proving his crossover appeal far beyond the wrestling world. But the real genius? His business mind. Jericho has masterfully built a personal brand that fans love and companies want to work with. Even after leaving WWE, Jericho didn't slow down. He helped launch AEW and negotiated one of the highest paying contracts outside of WWE. Wrestling was just his launchpad. He used it to leap into music, media, and money. Chris Jericho didn't just break the walls down, he built new ones lined with platinum records, royalties, and revenue streams. 3. Stacy Keebler, from WWE diva to Hollywood's golden girl. Stacy Keebler may have made her name in WWE with her long legs and charismatic presence, but her true fortune was built far away from the ring. After leaving wrestling in the mid-2000s, Stacy transitioned seamlessly into the world of Hollywood, modeling, acting, and becoming a full-blown pop culture icon. She appeared in hit shows like How I Met Your Mother, What About Brian, and even competed on Dancing with the Stars, finishing 3rd and winning over mainstream America. But her biggest career move? She brands herself as a fashion and wellness personality. With high-end endorsements, red carpet appearances, and business investments, Stacy became a favorite among lifestyle brands targeting the luxury market. And let's not ignore the headlines. Her high-profile relationship with actor George Clooney skyrocketed her public profile and made her a permanent tabloid fixture. She used that attention wisely, growing her brand and landing more business deals. Today, Stacy Keebler lives a quiet but wealthy life, reportedly worth millions, and she didn't need another wrestling storyline to get there. From the squared circle to the red carpet, Keebler turned fame into fortune the smart way. 4. Lita, punk rock, tattoos, and a fortune built her way. Lita didn't just rewrite the rules for women's wrestling. She walked away from WWE and rewrote her entire career. After leaving the ring, Amy Dumas, known to millions as Lita, followed her true passion: music. She formed the punk rock band The Luchagors, toured across the US, and proved she was more than just a Hall of Famer. She was an artist. But that wasn't the only move that paid off. Lita smartly invested in real estate and became a regular on the Comic-Con and wrestling convention circuit, pulling in massive appearance fees. She also became a sought-after TV host and panelist, making her mark on shows like WWE Backstage and Edge and Christian's Show that totally reeks of awesomeness. Her cool, rebellious persona made her a favorite for alternative fashion brands, and she leveraged that into influencer partnerships and side businesses in the tattoo and wellness space. Lita turned her legend status into a diversified income machine without ever needing to take another bump in the ring. She didn't just fade away after retirement, she cashed in on being authentic, edgy, and unapologetically herself. 5. Edge spear to stardom, then straight to the screen. Edge wasn't supposed to wrestle again after his 2011 retirement. Doctors told him it was over. But while fans mourned the end of an era, Adam Copeland was quietly building something even bigger, a new life in front of the camera, and after stepping away from WWE, Edge dove into acting, landing a recurring role on the hit TV show Vikings as the fierce warrior Cayatil Flatnose. That role changed everything. Hollywood realized he wasn't just a wrestler trying to act, he was a legit talent. From Haven to Money Plane, and even cameos in action flicks, Edge turned his intensity into an acting career that paid well and demanded zero spears. But he didn't stop there. Edge invested in real estate and became a devoted family man, opting for quality roles that allowed him to live on his terms. When he made his surprise WWE return in 2020, it wasn't for the money, it was for the love of the game. He was already financially secure. Adam Copeland's journey proves that retirement doesn't mean the end, it can be the launchpad to something even more fulfilling and just as profitable. 6. Titus ONeal, the WWE superstar who became a community mogul. Titus ONeal may not have been a world champion in WWE, but outside the ring, he's a straight-up power player in business, charity, and personal branding. After a solid WWE run, Titus shifted focus from chasing titles to building impact and wealth. He became one of WWE's most trusted global ambassadors, partnering with major nonprofits, speaking at corporate events, and even being honored with the Warrior Award for his community work. That visibility led to lucrative speaking gigs and brand endorsements across sports, health, and education sectors. But the real business? Philanthropy and leadership. Titus co-founded several charitable initiatives, sits on multiple corporate boards, and became a go-to figure for media appearances about personal development and leadership. He's collaborated with companies on youth programs, financial literacy campaigns, and motivational content, all of which pay well and grow his brand. Titus ONeal didn't build his fortune in the main event, he built it in boardrooms, at fundraisers, and through sheer influence. And guess what? He's living proof that you don't need a championship belt to be a $1 million man. 7. Booker T, the 5-time champ who built an empire from the ground up. Booker T didn't just collect championship gold, he built a legacy that prints money long after his final match. After wrapping up his full-time in-ring career, Booker took control of his narrative and launched one of the most successful independent wrestling schools in the US, Reality of Wrestling. Based in Texas, the promotion isn't just a passion project, it's a full-blown business. With televised episodes, paid training programs, merchandising, and live events, Raw has become a launchpad for new talent and a steady revenue stream for Booker T. But the grind doesn't stop there. Booker has done everything from WWE commentary and kickoff panels to launching his own radio and podcast ventures, speaking engagements, and book deals. His autobiography became a bestseller, and he remains one of the most respected voices in wrestling media. He also dabbles in real estate and has invested in several local businesses in Houston, proving he's not just a wrestling icon, he's a smart businessman. Booker T turned his wrestling fame into a diversified portfolio. From rings to real estate, he didn't just raise the roof, he built the whole damn house. 8. Stephanie McMahon, the billionaire boss who never needed the ring. Stephanie McMahon may have stepped into the ring a handful of times, but her real power and fortune came from behind the scenes. Born into wrestling royalty, Stephanie could have coasted on the McMahon name. Instead, she built an empire. As WWE's chief brand officer and later co-CEO, Stephanie transformed the company's image, led billion-dollar partnerships, and helped steer WWE into the global juggernaut it is today. She was instrumental in launching initiatives like the Women's Evolution, bringing WWE into major conversations with mainstream brands, networks, and investors. Under her leadership, WWE partnered with giants like Fox, Peacock, and Mattel, deals that brought in hundreds of millions. But it doesn't stop there. Stephanie's influence extended to stock options, executive bonuses, and boardroom power, helping her amass a personal net worth in the tens of millions. And while she made appearances as an on-screen villain, she never relied on wrestling to earn her keep. After stepping away in 2023, Stephanie walked out not just respected, but rich. She proved you don't need to take bumps to make bank. Sometimes the the real money is made in the meetings, not the matches. 9. Matt Riddle, the fighter who cashed in before the first WWE promo. Before the bro chants, flip-flops, and main roster push, Matt Riddle was already making serious money. Long before joining WWE, Riddle made a name for himself in the UFC, racking up fight purses, sponsorships, and a hardcore fan base. Though his MMA career ended earlier than expected due to failed drug tests, Riddle didn't fade away. He pivoted. After UFC, he dominated the independent wrestling circuit, becoming one of the hottest and most in-demand names outside WWE. Promotions like Evolve, Progress, and PWG paid top dollar to have him headline shows. His reputation as a legit fighter-turned-wrestler made him a draw everywhere he went. By the time WWE came knocking, Riddle was already financially stable. He entered NXT not as a rookie, but as a proven brand. And outside the ring, Riddle capitalized on his chill, stoner bro persona to build a fan following that translated into merch sales, podcast features, and media buzz. WWE boosted his profile, sure, but Riddle had been banking long before stepping through their curtain. He's proof that if you brand yourself right, the money will find you, even before Vince does. 10. Eva Marie, the glam queen who built a beauty empire. Eva Marie might have been polarizing in the ring, but outside WWE, she turned her spotlight into a $1 million brand. After leaving wrestling, Eva didn't chase title belts. She chased business ventures, and she did it brilliantly. She launched multiple successful projects, including her own fitness line, hair extension brand NEM, and fashion partnerships with major influencers and brands. While others were grinding in development, Eva was making passive income off fitness programs, social media deals, and custom merch drops. Her time on Total Divas was more than just TV time. It was free advertising for her brand. She leveraged her exposure to build a massive following, which translated into sponsored Instagram posts, modeling contracts, and major partnerships in the fashion and wellness industries. Even her WWE comeback in 2021 felt more like a marketing stunt than a serious return, because by that time, she didn't need wrestling to pay her bills. She came back richer, more famous, and in total control of her image. Eva Marie proved that you don't need in-ring credibility when you've got a business strategy. For her, the real ring was the boardroom, and she's been winning ever since. These stars proved you don't need the ring to get rich. Who surprised you the most? Comment below, like, and subscribe for more stories from Beyond the Rope.